And I may upset some of you with what I'm about to tell you, but it's how I voted. When I was in the state legislature, Governor Engler, remember Governor Engler? He said, you know, 24 tax cut Engler. Well, it was 24 tax cuts and 1 tax raise that he wanted. He wanted, if you remember in 1999, there was a plan to raise taxes on gas. Gasoline is very regressive. If you put more taxes on gas, you're hurting the middle class, you're hurting the poor, you're hurting everyone. It's going to be passed on, and it's very regressive. And he wanted 3 cents for roads, 1 cent for bridges. And I went to him, and he tried to lobby me because I was the majority leader. So he tried to move me forward because as the majority leader, you're supposed to go with your party. And I said, wrong. I was going to say something else, but I'm on camera. Wrong. I said, absolutely not. This is a core issue, and I'm not going to budge on this. I'm not going to budge on this. So, Governor Engler brought me into his office. And the office is a fairly large office, and it's right in between the Senate and the House of Representatives. It's in the Capitol. His official office is in the Capitol. Then they have a working Capitol across the street. Anyway, he brought me into his official office, closed the door, and he had his advisors, and there was Dan Perot there, and a guy named John Nevin, and a couple others, and he was starting the lobbying techniques. And if you just think that it happens on the Democratic side, it happens on the Republican side too. What can we do to get you to move forward on the gas tax? What can I get? Well, how can I get you to do this, that, and the other thing? Well, I used to represent Farmington Hills, and many of you, if you drive 696, Gary, I hope you return back to the state of Michigan and drive 696. You'll see we need some federal funds. If you drive 696, back in the 1990s, between Telegraph Road, Orchard Lake, and Novi Road, there are no other exits or on-ramps. Right? And if there's an emergency, or not just an emergency, but when traffic gets snarled up, all 3 of those intersections are death traps during rush hour. And all we wanted to do is open up one to the east of Orchard Lake, to west of Telegraph, preferably either around Inkster or Franklin Road. How many of you have seen the Franklin Road, the American Road exit? Okay. So he knew I wanted that. By the way, that Franklin Road, American Road exit came after I left the legislature. It was delivered by Representative Aldo Vagnosi and the Democrat Governor Granholm because this is something that was needed. Do I agree with it? Yes, it was needed. But did I deliver? No. And do I take credit for it? No. It's none of my, I'm fine. Here's what happened. So Governor Engler knew I wanted something to alleviate traffic, and he started pressuring me saying, well, we can maybe put this in this budget or that budget or what have you. And yes, I am on video, so I can tell you. I basically said no. And then the pressure started increasing. And after 2.5 hours, and after the words, the nasty words, I'll say nasty words, I won't say, because I don't want to hear it on a commercial, but there were nasty words, and the yelling and the pointing and so forth, I basically said, I'm not budging, Governor. And he said, get out of my office. So as I'm walking out of his office, he said, just remember this, you will not amount to more than a pimple on a barnacle. And I didn't even know what a barnacle was. I had to go look up the thesaurus or a dictionary. What's a barnacle? Pimple on a barnacle. Anyway, aye, Captain. I'm an Army guy. I don't know what a barnacle is. So I opened the door and I turned around and I said, Governor, I voted for you. You didn't vote for me. This is not an issue that I will budge on. And that's what we need more of. And people like Mike Bishop or Mike Kowal in the White Lake area who's running, he served with me. He didn't budge on those issues. Those are the types of people that we need more of. Not people that go to Washington, and I'm sure Gary Peters, Gary, I know you sweated on that health care bill vote. I know you were nervous about it. And I know that you loved spending time in Washington because in Washington it wasn't as stressful because you had your friends around you covering up, you're putting you in a blanket of PAC money and cash for your campaign. But when you came home, you only had one town hall in West Bloomfield High School. The day I was coming back from the war, you had a town hall. And I heard from the people that were there. And they said that you had a lot of people from out of the district pumped in the front rows. Union guys and gals, and nothing against union guys and gals, but they weren't from the district. You didn't want to hear from us. and you voted against us. And that's the pressure that he fell under. He folded under the pressure of Obama and Pelosi. And they are now covering him up with cash for the campaign. But the blue dogs, they say blue dogs, and I'm not sure if there really are blue dogs, lapdogs maybe, but blue dogs, and Gary's a lapdog, these others may be blue dogs, the ones that voted against this, these are the ones that, like Representative Corey from New York, for example, they're ready to throw them to the wolves. Because you didn't do what the leadership wanted, and that's the lesson that you're taught by Washington. And I am here to tell you another lesson, Gary. You don't need to rely on Washington money. All you had to do is come back to us, represent us, be straightforward with us, walk door to door, spend time in your district, not in Washington. So I hope I answered your question, sir.
He had a meeting at the community house.
Yes.
And it was online, and he only allowed 2 or 3 to go in at a time.
Would you like to ask him?
That was uncalled.
Ask the question to the camera.
I'm going to make it a dual question.
Because Gary is here. Gary is here via camera. So you're absolutely right.
Being that I'm a Birmingham resident, I'm going to ask you to make a pledge to us.
Yes.
Will you pledge that if you ever come to do a town hall in Birmingham or any of the other communities you'll represent, that when you declare a town hall, it will be a true town hall, not like the one at the community house where people are only allowed to go in one at a time and usually only meet with a staffer? Will you take the pledge to not do that?
I will publicly, on camera, in front of Gary and in front of all of you, pledge, and here's my, I'll final up with this pledge. Yes, I will take that pledge because I'm strongly in the belief that government is by the people and for the people, not one-on-one, strong-arming and hearing your thoughts and then having you leave and getting a little card from you and sending you a little note. That's not how it works. It should be public. The first thing we did when we started this meeting, I specifically asked you if what you wanted. Did you want Gary Peters to be here with us or not? And I think this is a testament of how you'll see me legislate and how you'll see me represent you. Because I am not afraid of a camera or Gary Peters' $2 million of PAC contributions or what have you. I am more concerned with openness, and you're absolutely right, ma'am. I did hear about the town hall meeting where they had I think a Birmingham police officer had to show up and stand in the lobby because the crowd was like, wait a minute, we came here for a town hall. We wanted to be open and hear each other's thoughts, even if you disagree with me. I'm glad you're here. I mean, Gary's here, and maybe a couple other folks are here. So there are people here that disagree with me, and I'm sure some of you disagree with me on term limits or other issues. But the point is that we have to work together to solve this problem. And I'm tired of hearing hope and change, and I'm tired of hearing compassionate conservative or this, when all we get is the same old, same old. There are serious issues, and if I don't serve it, I expect you to kick me out in 2 years, like we're going to do to Gary. It's too late, Gary, to change your colors. Do you have to change the film? Do you have time?